What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank. This is another episode of Roadie Reactions. It's the first one in a while, actually. I haven't actually sat down here to do a full-on reaction to something, and I gotta apologize in advance if my voice starts going out or sounds weirder than normal. I've been sick for like a month, but it's what happens when you have a 2-year-old that's in preschool and brings home every germ known to man. But I'm excited to get into this one, man, because today we are going to be checking out the latest music video from Canadian deathcore outfit, Brand of Sacrifice. And this video comes out on top of some pretty huge news. Brand of Sacrifice has just announced that they have signed with Nuclear Blast Records. Now, of course, over the last few releases for them, they've been using Blood Blast for distribution, which is the distribution leg of Nuclear Blast Records. But now they are officially a Nuclear Blast artist, which is super cool for these guys, man, because they've been pretty much independent for a very long time. Now, considering this is the very first release with the label, I'm expecting this one to be pretty big. I have set the bar pretty high for this video. Now, Brand is known for having some pretty cool sci-fi story element videos in the past, but I gotta imagine the budget for this one was higher than it normally is, so I'm expecting a banger of a song. I'm expecting a pretty awesome music video, and that's really about it. I just want to have a good time today. Now, with this release, there was no announcement of a record or anything like that. I imagine it's probably too soon for them, but they're probably going to be getting in the studio pretty quick if they aren't already, because after a signing like this, Nuclear Blast is probably going to be hyping their new releases pretty hard. But with all of that being said, if you want to check out this video on your own time, I will always have the original video linked below. But today, I am going to be once again checking out Brand of Sacrifice, and for the very first time, checking out the brand new music video for their song, Purge. Let's go! Alright, intro is exactly what I expect from this band. Super sick. Oh my god! Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting like pure chaos out of the beginning. Like, God, I haven't done this in a while. I'm like looking at all my screens instead of the camera and stuff. I expected after that intro it was gonna be kind of pure chaos, like blast beats and just craziness. I didn't expect like a slamming, ass stomping riff like that. That was pretty cool. And yeah, I think we're going to get that sci-fi story video mixed with the performance like I was expecting. And within 30 seconds of the start of the song, or 40 seconds or something, we get our first bleh! And Brand of Sacrifice coming in second at the Nick Nocturnal Awards for Best Bleh! Of the Year, which was a fucking travesty. They lost to, I can't even remember who they lost to. Architects. I was going to say Archspire. Architects, which... it was a pretty weak bleh from Architects, to be honest. I think Brand should have won. But anyways, I digress from that. I'm getting lost. Let's just keep continuing with this. Jesus, dude. The little touches of the electronics in this one are doing so good for the builds. All right. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually trying not to headbang because I have just a brutally pounding headache from being sick and it kind of hurts, but I don't know if I'm going to make it. So far, this has all the elements that I love about this band built into one song. Like I just said, I think the electronic elements are great builds into the heavier parts coming back in. I do think, and I'm very suspicious, that the YouTube compression is fucking this mix super hard right now because there are points where it sounds like it's like dropping out. And I gotta imagine that's a YouTube thing. Like if I listen to this on Spotify or something later, I don't think that's going to be happening, but that happens on YouTube videos from time to time. So I'm not too worried about it. Like it's awesome. So if you're a fan of this band, you'll probably notice there's some new faces. Of course, we've got Kyle on vocals, Leo on guitar, and Liam on guitar as well. They've been the three that have been, you know, the long-standing members of this band. And I think it's no secret to anybody that Leo and Kyle are kind of the forefront of the band. They also have their own clothing line that's doing very well, Shibori Threads, which coincidentally I'm wearing. I didn't even plan that. Actually, let's just say I did plan that, so I actually sound smarter than I am. But I don't know much about the new band members, but I do know there are new band members going into this. And this is going to be a hard one to see gear. We normally break down gear on this channel. And these guys are kind of all over the place. I know I've seen Leo using both Ibanez and Balaguer at times. I've seen Liam using a lot of Kiesel stuff, so I imagine that's probably what we're getting to. But we'll try and find some random facts to pop in about gear as we're going. But I think this is going to be a just sit and enjoy and watch for the rest of the time video. So let's go. I wonder if we're gonna get clean vocals in this one, because they've been doing that lately. I don't think so, though. I want to point something out, and I don't know if this is the mix or electronics or what, but the way that this is mixed, it sounds like a 4 on the floor drum beat, just like your solid just driving, but there are definitely like kicks back there. And I don't know if that's electronics that's been built in or if that is the kicks and they just mixed them so it sounds 4 on the floor. Very cool from a production standpoint. That's super sick. Jesus Christ. One of the last things I want to bring up, and a hair emotional. I read in an interview, or not an interview, but a press release before this came out, that Kyle was talking about like the lyrical focus of this song is like addiction-based stuff and overcoming addiction and trying to become your best self, you know, against all the challenges of life and stuff like that. And that's something I can relate to, because if you're familiar with this channel, I've been sober for years, and yeah, that's like a very big thing for me. And I just, knowing that going into this and watching the video, I think it's hitting me a little more than somebody that probably would have just seen this not knowing that. Because I probably would have had a different take on it too if I didn't know that going in. But I think that's very cool, man. And Kyle, if I can just kind of beef his ego really quick, I think Kyle is one of the best vocalists in the metal world right now. In the deathcore scene where you've got your Will Ramoses and Alex Terribles and stuff like that, and let's say Taylor Barbers and all these guys are getting a lot of notoriety and stuff like that. But in my opinion, Kyle is one of the most technically skilled deathcore vocalists out there. I mean, the stuff he can do with his voice is absolutely insane. And I hope now that this band is with Nuclear Blast, has their resources, starts getting bigger, like he gets a lot more recognition too, because I think he's one of the best vocalists out there right now. But let's continue this off. Finish this off. Oh, the bass hits so hard. God damn, I'm sorry I'm talking so much, but there's so much production stuff going on that I'm noticing. So in that part with the bass, the synth bass going, there's panning going on in the ears. And in the left ear, it kind of sounds like almost like radio distortion or static. And then on the right side was just like, I don't know, like a guitar or like an amp buzz, like a guitar that's not fully plugged in or something. Just again, those little tiny production aspects that are just so goddamn cool. Oh my God. I thought it was over. Damn. F off, dude. I thought that was just going to be like the eternal breakdown. That was kind of wild having those like hardcore gang vocals in there at the end. Like that was a very like old school kind of like sing along hardcore thing. Dude, I fucking love this band, man. Yeah, I'd say that was a pretty good first release of announcing being on a record label. Let's go talk more about it. Dude, I gotta admit, as much as I don't want this YouTube channel to just be a reaction channel because I like doing a lot of other things, this just made me realize I've actually missed doing reactions. This is a blast. I fucking love music, dude. And I also love this band, so going in, yeah, I was probably a little biased, but there have been times where I've checked out bands on this channel before that I love that they released something I didn't like, but I absolutely loved this one. The song itself, like I said during the reaction, was everything that I would expect from that stereotypical Brand of Sacrifice sound. We've got our electronic parts that are not, I was going to say overbearing, but that's usually a negative word. Very prominent, and I like that. I like the transitions in between the parts with the electronics. And I think that's something that sets them apart a lot of the times from other bands in the genre. Musically, I was wondering at some point if we were going to get clean vocals, because on their last EP, we got a couple songs that had Kyle doing clean vocals that I thought were very good, but I do think that this song did not need the cleans at all. This was just aggressive, in your face, and going along with the lyrical content, I think that aggressive and the man of 1,000 voices, like that's what you needed in this song. Video again was actually kind of that vibe that I expect from Brand of Sacrifice, because we've seen kind of sci-fi story type stuff like this before. But there's just something about this one that was a little more, not over the top, but just like kind of just in your face. And I got to say, that's probably what they were going for with their first release on a new label with Nuclear Blast. But I absolutely love it, man. And there were a couple things that were surprising, like the hardcore gang vocals and stuff. I didn't know if that breakdown was ever going to end at at one point, but absolutely loved it, man. I can't wait to go listen to it on my own time, like in my car, or just sitting here listening to tunes and stuff. But if any of you out here are listening to this band for the first time and you enjoyed what you heard, check the description of this video, because I always leave links to all the social medias for the bands and stuff like that, where you can go check them out and follow more. And yeah, I'm excited to see where these guys go now that they are with a label. I would imagine probably sometime in 2024, you're going to get an announcement about, I would say they'd come out of the gates probably with a full album, because their last release was an EP, but who knows? I'd never really know nowadays, man, especially because the music industry is more single and EP driven, but I would definitely enjoy a full album release from these guys. But that's going to be it from me, man. I had an absolute blast with this one. Not going to lie, since it's been so long since I've done a reaction like this, I don't remember how I usually end these videos. So I guess I'll just say, yeah, if you liked what you saw, feel free to give it a like, whatever. If you disliked it, that's cool too. I don't care. Sorry, now I hear my kid going nuts too, so this video is going to be all over the place. I'm on a ton of different social media. At TankTheTech is my handle on pretty much anything. But wherever you are in the world, be safe, be kind to each other. I love you all. And until next time, this was another episode of Roadie Reactions.